Hey guys, Jeff, Fungah here. Today I wanted to do a different kind of video. I've toyed with the idea of doing some sort of vlog series in the past, and I've been getting a lot of questions and talking a lot about the Konami Arcade Championship coming up. So I figured now might be a good time to start this kind of series and see where it goes and give you guys some information and details about the Konami Arcade Championship. So first, let's go over how the tournament is structured. In the beginning, there was a qualifying period. It started in the beginning of December and went until about middle of January. And how that worked was there were 6 different songs that you could play at your leisure and try to get your best scores on. Your best scores would get submitted to the server, and the top 2 finishers from each region would move on to the finals. For the purposes of KAC, there are 3 different regions. The first is Japan, the second is Asia, that's not Japan, so places like Korea and Taiwan, and the third is North America. So in addition to the top 2 players from each region moving on, there's also a wild card that is the best 3rd place finisher. So could have theoretically gone to either Japan, Asia, or North America, and this year it just so happened to go to North America. So we're actually going to have 3 Americans competing in KAC, along with 2 people from Japan, I think, and the Asian participants, I think one's from Korea and one's from Taiwan. So should be a really diverse group, and truly one of the first international tournaments that I'm aware of, at least in terms of DDR. Now that the qualifying period is over, we know who will be representing each of the regions in the finals next weekend. So first from Japan, the first seed is Brosoni, and the second seed is Gaho. In Asia, the first seed is Fefems from Korea, and the second seed is 513 from, I think, Taiwan. And North America, the first seed is Chris Chaik, I'm Chris for Life from California, and second seed is me, Fungah, from California as well. And the wild card this year went to North America as well, went to Hudson, 573 from Washington State. Now the finals are basically split into 2 rounds. The first round is just for the second seeds and the wild card, so 4 people total. The way it works is the top 2 second seeds, that would be me and Gaho, each get to pick a song, and all 4 of us will play those 2 songs. The person with the highest combined EX score will move on to the second round. EX score, remember, is the scoring system in DDR where marvelouses and OKs are worth 3 points, perfects are worth 2, greats are worth 1, and everything else is worth 0. So the first seeds from the qualifying stage all automatically move on to the second round. So Fefems, Brosoni, and Chris are already in the second round, and they'll meet up with whoever is the solo player from the first round that moves on. The way the second round works is each of the first seeds will pick a song, so Brosoni, Fefems, and Chris will all get to pick a song, and then everyone plays those 3 songs, and again, highest cumulative EX score will be crowned the champion of the 6thKAC. If you're interested in seeing who will be crowned victorious, I encourage you guys to watch. It'll be streamed on YouTube. There's actually 2 streams. There's the satellite stage and the main stage streams. The semifinals, or like the first round, will be held on the satellite stage, and then the finals, the second round, will be on the main stage. So you will have to switch streams if you want to watch both. I will try to put links somewhere here and also in the description. I guess that's what vloggers do. They point at things. So now that I've described how the tournament is structured and everything, I kind of want to give my experience thus far. The tournament's a week away, so the qualifying period was really solid, I think. It was a bit stressful, but the songs were really well selected, I think. Good mix of difficulty in there. Unfortunately, I suck at crossovers like the ones in May or various other 18s and 19s, so it was a little bit challenging, but overall really good. It was a bit it was very stressful right at the end. It basically came down to the last day in the wire. Because of the way the tournament structure is formatted, being first seed really matters. You get a bye basically to the second round. And now, since I'm second seed, I have to compete in the first round first, and then I get a shot at getting into the finals. And even if I do that, I don't get to pick a song when I get there. So when it comes to predictions about who will win, I would find, regardless of whether I make it through to the second round, or if Kaze does, or if Gaho does, I think all of us are pretty much fighting this uphill battle because we don't get to pick a song. That is just kind of crazy to me that that's the way it's formatted, because picking a song is like really important. I don't know if I'll be able to perform and beat everyone on their 3 best songs, basically. So, bit of a struggle, but I'm going to do my best anyway. There's also a little bit of uncertainty with regard to what songs can be picked. I do get to pick a song in the semis, which is good, but there's apparently a selectable song list. There is a list of songs that we're allowed to pick from, and we have not been given that list, and we won't know until the day of the finals what we're allowed to pick. I heard rumors that we're not allowed to pick 6thKAC songs, which is kind of interesting. I guess they really had a big falling out. So I've been practicing some stuff like Pluto the First and Dead End Groove Radar Special, stuff like that, but those are technically 6thKAC songs. So I don't even know if that practice was going to good use. It's kind of all this whole first experience for all of us in North America feels like a big learning experience because we're not really sure how things are working. We weren't sure at first whether or not Konami would pay for our flights or our hotel when we're there and how long we'd get to stay. Luckily, Konami is paying for our flight and the hotel while we're there, but we did have to do a little bit of finagling to change our flight so we could stay a little bit later. They really just wanted to fly us in on the 10th and have us leave on the 12th, which would be crazy, like with jet lag and all this other stuff. So we talked them into flying a day earlier. So we're arriving on the 9th. And then we just called the travel agency and got them to change our flights, like the return date, so we wouldn't have to leave on the 12th. So that's been really, really cool so far, but there has been a little bit of communication mismatch. So it's kind of like the way I'm trying to keep a positive attitude about it and just kind of roll with the punches and see what happens. But I would say that it's fairly unlikely for any of the second seeds or the wild card to be the ultimate winner, just because of how big the song pick is in the second round of the tournament. So hopefully they think about changing that for next year, but and I'll chat with them about my thoughts if they are open to feedback or suggestions. It would be really cool if KAC was more of an international tournament. If I think that KAC used to invite a lot more people. Only 7 this year seems a bit small. It'd be nice to have each of the regions really well represented and kind of a better tournament format. But I get it. Konami's running 12 tournaments in 2 days, and they each get a little bit of time on stream. So they're built to run fast. So I don't really blame them. It's more for the show of that Konami's putting on rather than any sort of competitive integrity. So I just want to frame it properly. I'm not gonna get super depressed or upset if I lose. I think I'm fighting an uphill battle anyway. But it would be cool to just have just feel like there's a little bit even just letting the person who makes it through to the semis, to the second round, pick a song. I think that would be game changing. At least then it would feel a little bit more fair in the finals at least. Anyway, I think that's enough rambling for me for my first vlog. Maybe it went on a little bit too long. For anyone interested in checking out the tournament, again, it's next weekend. It starts on Friday night for anyone in America. So about 8:25, I think, Pacific time on that Friday night. So it'll be Saturday afternoon for us in Japan, but the time difference is 17 hours. So streamed on YouTube, check it out. If you guys are doing viewing parties or anything, that's super cool. Hit me up on Twitter with a picture of all you guys watching. I just think it's so cool that there's been so much support for the North Americans that are competing. So it's really an honor to be at the event and try to do my best. See what happens. I leave on Wednesday. I'll get a few days of practice in, try to adjust to the jet lag, and then compete. And then I get 5 or so days in Japan to hang out. And Chris has never been there before, so it's gonna be fun to show him around. So yeah, if you have any questions, hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you're thinking. And that's about it for me. Thanks.